Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The aftermath of the attack conducted by Iran on Israel. I'm not going to give you my assessment. It was it was unprovoked, it was, how do you call it, retaliatory or self-defense or anything like that. That's not my intention in this video. I made my statements in previous videos. But we can expect an Israeli response. And I expected one. I still expect one. It's not going to be any response. We have here a conversation, a phone call between the boss and the subordinate, and that is between Netanyahu and Biden. And it seems like Biden refused to participate in anything against Iran militarily, any attack on Iran. Therefore, Israel was caught with pants down. So it's up to Israel alone or other weasels, which, they are zero. I'm talking about Great Britain and France in this case, are zero without United States of America. When United States of America says no, everybody else is, oh, okay, all right. When the United States says yes, everybody says, yeah, that's exactly what we thought. We were about to say it too. So United States told Netanyahu, I don't think it's a good thing based on political wind speed and direction to do this move now. Maybe in December or January, but not now. That's coming from me, not from Biden. Biden, he was on the call, and there were other people talking to Netanyahu and his advisors. Okay, so let's see how the United States of America was able to maybe so far avoid a Israeli retaliatory strike on Iran temporarily. And I think it's just a political, could be more than just political domestic issues. Could be because they got warned by the other team that if you do that, we're gonna fuck you up as well. And I'm talking about Russia and China, and maybe some regional powers, countries. All right, so that's another aspect that I'm going to look into it, and that is sometimes, not sometimes, this is the best way to deal with a bully. In general, I'm not calling anybody bully here. The sooner you smack the bully back, the sooner the bully will cease his bullying, or at least will think a few times before the bully will decide to bully you again. So I haven't heard of anything like this before from Iran itself attacking Israel, which the president of Israel called that is a declaration of war. And yes, indeed, that is a declaration of war. The problem is, as always, what are you going to do about it? I think Israel will say something and will do something else. As of now, Netanyahu called off retaliation strikes after speaking to Biden, New York Times says. I would say that's only temporarily until they're capable to see what's going on in Russia, which is Ukraine. While Ukraine, if Russians are going to keep moving westward, it's not going to be a temporary. I think it's going to be a final, at least for the time being. Let's look at this article coming from Russia Today, 14th of April. Netanyahu called off retaliation strikes after speaking to Biden. Do you think that the Iranians were not ready for war after they did what they did? By the way, Iran informed its allies, Russia and others, they will do what they did. And I'm pretty sure they informed everybody else, the Americans and everybody else. Or if they didn't inform them, the Americans had the information, being in the same, okay, they're going to, okay. I'm pretty sure. So the fact that Iran did that, I read an article where, I can't remember who was that, said, well, this was just a show off, actually, and it had no impact, actually. That's why Israel is not going to retaliate. I don't think so. I've seen videos. Now you can say all the videos you saw were fake. I don't think so. Some of them could have been. Some of them could have been from some other strikes, but not all of them were fake. And only the other side's videos are always real. So let's look further. I think this is where the bully stops for a while. For a while. Why? Because Iran was ready for war. And I suspect not only Iran, I think others behind Iran were ready for war. The US president reportedly talked to Israeli prime minister out of military action against Iran. I don't believe that was the case, to be honest with you. I think this is just a saving face operation here. Biden cannot tell Netanyahu shit. I mean, he can say, but Netanyahu will do whatever he wants. I said this about Gaza. The United States spoke for 6 months, claimed this, blamed that, warned that, we're not going to threaten that. What happened? As I predicted, because I know them. Nothing. You know when? When Israel will finish up whatever it's in. I was about to say something else in Gaza. All right. Then they will say to the Americans, "What did you say?" And the Americans, "You better stop. We're concerned." Okay. Everything after it's done. Why? Because they want to show that the authority in the region is United States of America, not Russia, not China, nobody else. But actually, United States has no authority. United States is a lapdog. So in this case, I think these guys did not have the balls. That's my assessment. I think they didn't have the balls to get in a confrontation with Iran. And it reminds me of former president of Iran. I liked his intelligence, his calm, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, when he said he was interviewed by the imbecile Stephanopoulos. He was a campaign, of Bill Clinton and then Hillary Clinton. So, and then he ended up at ABC, MSNBC, Weasel. So he asked, interviewing Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, then the president of Iran. So Iran said, Israel said it's going to strike inside Iran and they're going to attack you if you acquire a nuclear weapon or something like this. And Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said, I'm not going to use president so on. Okay, he was a president I like, intelligent, whatever. He said, do you mean, he called it the Zionist regime, he didn't call it Israel. He said, because they have a problem with, not with Israel per se, according to them, but with the regime that they call it Zionist. So I say, do you mean the Zionist regime conducts an attack on Iran? And the imbecile Stephanopoulos, yes. The guy said, we don't even, I started laughing, like, you know how Ahmadinejad laughed with his small eyes, and exactly like that. Okay, and he scratched his balls. Why he did that? And he said, no. He said our policies, our protocol, we don't even take into consideration Israel's or Zionist, blah blah blah. And Stephanopoulos was really like, you're not afraid? He said, no. It's so small, we can deal with them. So this could show why Israel at this point is kind of like cornered in, we're not there. It's not impossible. They'll probably, I'm 99% certain, will do other things, behind the scenes, a bomb over there, something over there, some explosion there, some Iranian scientist this or scientist that, or, things like this. No, it was not us. How many we got? Okay. Now clip. Okay. It was not us. So let's see what these guys are trying to tell us. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu cancelled a plan to launch immediate retaliatory strikes against Iran after speaking to US President by phone Saturday night. Because this guy said, we're not going to attack them, or you're on your own. And then that makes me think of President Ahmadinejad. The Zionist regime is going to attack us? We don't even take into consideration that. Stephanopoulos thought he's got big balls and he's got inflated. According to two anonymous officials, I like that. Netanyahu's war cabinet presented him with a list of responses to a massive drone and missile attack by Iran on Saturday evening, while some members of the cabinet reportedly pushed for an immediate military response. Netanyahu ultimately chose not to follow their advice at Biden's request. The source says the full details of Biden's conversation with Netanyahu were not revealed by the White House. According to a report on Sunday by Axios, however, Biden told Netanyahu that Israel had essentially prevailed in the clash, this clash with Iran, and advised him to, and I'm kidding, take the win. My God. So that was the win. Okay, good. It's good that you see it that way. It's like the rape victim will say, well, he pumped only 20 times. He didn't pump 3,000 times. I'm a winner. Jesus, the same. When NATO will lose in Ukraine, I guarantee you NATO will present to the baboons here, we won. We won. Like they present 1962 JFK, Khrushchev, we won. You won what? You got your Jupiter nuclear weapons, rockets from Turkey in 6 months, as initially Khrushchev told you. And you said, what are you going to do about it? We're going to show you. Let me take my shoe. Pum, 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 pum. Remember the UN United Nations incident? When Khrushchev took his shoe and banged on the quiet. The same here. Here is like JFK looked into Khrushchev's eyes, and Khrushchev was like, all, my pussy hurts. Khrushchev was in Stalingrad. JFK was what? Oh, he was on the debarkation. Remember the landing? He was over there, all cool, like an actor. Yeah. And then he went to Berghof. Remember when he went to Berghof? Didn't he go to Berghof? You know where Berghof is? Okay, remember his article? He was a correspondent for, I can remember what kind, in the newspaper. JFK, yeah, the president. And he talked about Herrn Adolf. Oy vey, not good at all. What Herr Adolf did for Deutschland. So take the win and leave. Okay, oh, I'll take it. Let me put my pants up. My butt hurts a little bit, but hey, I won. Only 20 pumps. Great. Oh, fuck. Netanyahu war cabinet met on Sunday afternoon to discuss Israel's response to the Iranian attack, while Iran's top military commander declared that the Zionist regime had been adequately punished, quote unquote, and that Tehran would not pursue further military action unless Israel strikes again. So that means we are ready. Right? We are ready. So I don't think that all what Biden said is like, I don't think he even spoke. The guys around him, the handlers, told Netanyahu, because I think Netanyahu called to make sure when or if we're going to do it, you guys are with us. And the guy said, well, Russia said it's going to fuck us up, so I don't think so. And China too. No, I don't think it's going to get uglier. So I think you take the win and you just put some cold whatever on your pussy, and 20 is not 3,000. So you're good. You won. You won the encounter. My God. Anyway, I think that's my assessment. They knew that they cannot win, and it's going to get into something much bigger. That neither side will win, and it's going to get nuclear. And I said, well, how far are you going to go? Well, we're going to win. Win what exactly? Do you think you're going to eradicate Iran? Do you think Iran is going to eradicate those guys? It's like the same thing here. These guys think they're going to inflict a strategic victory on Russia in Ukraine. Those guys have nuclear weapons. How in the fuck are you going to do it? It's like a guy comes towards you and you got, I don't know, an AK-47 loaded with, I don't know, 25 rounds or 30 ready. And, well, he's going to win. How in the fuck you don't have any weapons? Oh, I got my fists. Good job. Come closer. So here is, my friends. Israel will stop. They say they will stop the retaliatory, but I suspect it's going to be a different kind of retaliation. Together with the Americans, they were not going to let this slide. There's a war, but it's not, like that. It's a little bit under the table. The point is, they got smacked, and they won. Israel won. And they will change certain brazen attacks on certain areas in the Middle East against, I think, Iranians' interest. They're gonna, hit smaller fish, but I don't think they're gonna do again with a general or anything like that, because Iran was gonna do it. Iran is gonna lose again with about 300 missiles, drones, and rockets. Okay, so I don't think so, because take the win. We live in a inverted world when up is down, left is right, good is bad, and peace is war, George Orwell, and so on. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.